have no more family.
Bye, Dad.
Careful crossing the street.
Guys, today I'm going to review The Foreigner. It's from 2017 and it was directed by Martin Campbell. It stars Pierce Brosnan and Jackie Chan. It runs 113 minutes and it cost 35 million to make and it made 145.4 million back. It's based on a novel called The Chinaman by Stephen Leather, 1992. So this is a political thriller. And it's also a little bit of an action film as well, featuring Jackie Chan doing his action stuff. Pierce Brosnan plays a leader of the IRA, and there's this other gang trying to cause trouble. The film starts when a bomb explosion kills Jackie Chan's daughter. He's trying to find out who was responsible, and he finds out it was a group in the IRA that did it. So he travels to Ireland. And he thinks Pierce Brosnan has something to do with it, or he knows who did it because he's kind of like a leader of the IRA. He used to be, but now he's into politics. So the plot's really intriguing. It's one of them films that after you've watched it though, it wouldn't work on repeat viewing because you know exactly what happens. So there'll be no spoilers in this review, otherwise it'll spoil the plot. It's interesting that the two leads were in the 60s. Jackie Chan was 64 when he played it, and Pierce Brosnan 63. So that's kind of unusual. There used to be a big song and dance once over, especially during the 1980s. I remember when there was a couple of Bond films competing against each other. Never Say Never Again and Octopussy. Hey, is it James Bond's fucking father? Both the Bonds were in the 50s at the time, Sean Connery and Roger Moore, and there was a big deal over that. But these days, action heroes in the 70s, not just the 60s, because Sylvester Stallone still does action films and he's in his 70s. Hey Phil, you'll be 52 on Tuesday. You bloody old fart. Jackie Chan's really good as well. He's really fit for a guy in his 60s. He can kick his foot right up a height still. Really energetic guy. But in this film he actually plays his age. Throughout the film they mention he's in his 60s and they shouldn't be frightened of an old fella. He does his Rambo stuff. He's hiding in the wood. Yeah, that bloody old fella trying to be like Rambo in the bloody wood. Soft as shit.
What are you laughing at?
He keeps targeting Pierce Brosnan's character, setting off explosions and stuff. Martin Campbell is a brilliant director. He did two of my favourite Bond films. GoldenEye was the first to star Pierce Brosnan as Bond, which was really good. And also the best Bond film in my opinion is Casino Royale, the first Daniel Craig film. To go and buy this was only made 4 years ago. He can still do action scenes. So I'd love him to do another Bond film. If he could do the next Bond film, that'd be excellent. Because he did Pierce Brosnan's first film, did Daniel Craig's first film. So when they get the new Bond, should have him doing the first Bond film for him. I'm sure he'll do like a hat trick of 3 brilliant Bond films if he does another one. And in this film he does some excellent sequences involving Jackie Chan. But the highlight of the film, and it really surprised me, was Pierce Brosnan. I think this is maybe his best acting performance because he was really good.
London bus for Christ's sake.
No, hold on.
Fucking warnings. 16 dead. You stabbed me in the back and sanctioned this bloodbath to get your war back on.
The plan had no balls. This wasn't a bombing light campaign. You said hurt them, we did.
By killing women and children.
Seems to be getting better as he's getting older. Like when he was playing Bond, he was slightly bland a bit. I think he was kind of getting stereotyped. But his later films, he's really improved. So the locations of this film, it starts off in London, and then it moves to Ireland. It looks really good and quite threatening, Ireland, in this film. I'm glad they didn't go too over the top with the sequences, though. Jackie Chan is in his 60s. It would look like the believability factor would go down if there was too much action. So I suppose there was just the right amount. It's interesting that the novel it's based on, it's called The Chinaman. Maybe used a different title because it wasn't very PC. So they changed the title to The Foreigner. It sounds even worse. Jackie Chan's more kind of human in this film. In his action films years ago, he was almost like a superhero, the amount of action he does. But in this film, he is pretty, like, believable. And he's wanting revenge because of the death of his daughter. Got, like, motive for what he's doing. Film's not for everyone, though. It is a bit talky at times. And maybe should have been, like, a couple of more action scenes. Because it does, at times, it does fall a little bit flat. So overall I thought it was good. It's worth watching if you haven't seen it. It's on Netflix, so you can watch it for nothing if you've got Netflix. And if you're a fan of Pierce Brosnan or Jackie Chan, and if you like Martin Campbell films, it's well worth viewing. So out of 10, I'd probably give it a 7. It's pretty good, not brilliant, but well worth a watch. I thought it was shit. Get a bloody Doctor Who on next time, or a horror film. Get the bloody Skull reviewed. Yeah, Will Bones, the next review will be a horror film, I think. So anyway, bye everyone. Like and subscribe and share. Bye.
Your names, aliases, and location.
You know I can't do that.
That's me being nice. Now, right? And it better not.